It's a jig! Welcome to another video. So today I'm going to show you, well, as the title says, I'm going to show you how to remove the starter motor, because I recently had a problem with the starter on this. I've already done the job, but the thing is I just want to put a bit of grease on the plunger. So for the purpose of a video, and to add more videos to my channel and hopefully get more subscribers, I'm going to show you how to do it and take it off again. I'm going to show you how you can do it without even jacking up the car. It's a little bit fiddly, but it can be done quite easily, to be honest. So bear in mind the engine is quite hot still, so first things first, take out the dipstick. I'll just put that there now. Take off your engine cover. Just put that to one side. Next, what you want to do is unclip these for the air filter box. There we go, that's one. It's not easy doing it one-handed. Oh, just get a screwdriver. I should be able to just push it off. There we go. So that's those two clips off. You want to take your airflow meter clip off as well. Now mine's a bit damaged, so I've fixed it on like that. Still works. And just undo it here. I've already undone the clip there, so there's a clip there if you undo. They're a right bugger there. You'll need some big pliers to do that. Don't forget you've got to undo your two air feeds. Obviously mine's screwed in because they kept popping off, so I'll put some screws through it. And then we lift out the airbox, put that to one side. Now we have this bracket that the airbox sits on. These are 13mm, normally there's 3, mine's only got 2. It was already like that, so I'm not too concerned, it's not going to go anywhere. So 13, oh no, actually I lie, it's not a 13, it's a 10. So these are 10s. Make sure you don't lose your bolts. Get the bracket out of the way. Put the bracket to one side. And then what you also want to do is you just want to loosen this EGR pipe, and you can just pull that up, and they are also 10. And there is one underneath, which can be awkward, but it can be got to. Actually, for the one underneath, you might be better off using a 10mm wrench. There we go. Really need to invest in some ratchet spanners. I've been sitting here all bloody night with it. I should better use my fingers now. Yep. Okay, to get that out of the way, you have to, there's two bolts there you can use. There's 2 bolts that you can undo to get it out of the way, but before we do that, let's get the battery off. Battery cover off. Undo the negative. Put that to one side. Undo the positive. Put that to one side, and then you want to get a deep socket, a deep 10 to get these nuts off and the bracket off. Deep 10mm. You don't really have to unscrew the whole thing off. I think you can get away with just taking one side off. There you go. Take the battery off, put it to one side. On a hot day like this, just put it in the shade if I were you. And then we want to just lift out the battery tray. Okay, while we got that out, it's worth just cleaning up the earths. There's one there that goes on the battery. I've already done that one, as you can see. And there is another one for the fuse box, which is right underneath, I do believe. Is it? Let me look. I think there is another one right underneath here. It's not necessary, but there's one there. And there's another one that goes here. Just see it there. So take that one off, give it a good wire brush as well. So, okay, we've got the battery off now. Now we can look to get the starter. Oh, sorry, my mistake. We need to loosen this bracket first. These are two 10mm socket nuts, so I'll drop that out. Just about got it. And so now you should be able to just lift that out the way. Actually, I am wrong again. We need to loosen that one as well, which is an 8. Oh, actually no. Sorry, yeah, you can lift it out of the way. Just bend it up out of the way, there you go. And then we've got two cables on the starter. I don't know if you guys can see that, where my finger is, where are we? Yeah. So that's positive, and this yellow one is going to be the signal, and there's one earth that goes to the body of the starter. So let's get the positive one first. That's a 13mm. There we go. Should be able to wind that off now with my fingers. Yep. Okay. And that's off, and there's another one on there which is a 10mm for the yellow cable, so let's get the positive one out of the way. There we go, positive one's out of the way, and the other one is a 10mm. Just going to try and place the camera here. Can be a bit dodgy, well not dodgy, well fiddly to get to, but you can get to it. You just got to feel for it. You got to use the force. Where is it? I've got my finger on it. Okay. Oops. Right, get to it from the side here. You can see it just there, look, just where my middle finger is, just underneath. Okay, that one is also off now. As I said, a bit fiddly, but it can be done. Right, now we've got 2 bolts left, and those 2 bolts are the actual starter. Now, let me see on the camera where I can show you. It's one here, 13mm, and there's one just here. Can I get the camera in to show you upside down? I don't know. There we go. There it is. Not too difficult to get to, and just a little bit time consuming, so I'm going to show the bottom one is the easiest, so let's get to that one. So do the bottom one. It's loose now, so we should be able to spin off by hand. Go. One. Why they gotta make them this big is just unbelievable, it's ridiculous. They don't have to be that big. Put that to one side, and then we want to get to the top one, and the best way to do it is to go from the side. Feel for the thread. Okay, there we go, it's on there now. They can be really, really hard to move. I mean, these are only easy to move because I've already had this off now. Plus it helps if the engine's a bit warm as well. Okay. Now I'm going to spin this off by hand. Well, I hope to. No, I can't. Let's get back the ratchet on. This is where ratchet spanners are worth your weight in gold. Don't be like me and I need to invest in those, as I've mentioned. Okay, I'm going to finish getting this bolt out, and then I'll show you how to get the starter out. Okay, all the bolts are out. The starter is loose. As I've said, I've had this loose already, but yours might stick, and you might have to just wedge screwdriver just there and try and pry it away. So to get this out now, I'm going to try and give you the best camera angle. If I can set this down here, I'll be able to show you. Just test. Yep. So the way I do it is get all these cables out of the way. I believe this is the coolant holes, and I'll just prop it up very carefully, and there we go. As you can always slip back down it, get someone to hold it for you, or you can hold it yourself. One starter. So the reason I've done this for the purpose of this video again, as I've mentioned, I've already fixed this car. It's a good start to that as well. I got it for £25. £25, and it looks new actually. So I think it must have been placed on the car and the car scrapped. So as it's cool shiny, so I'm just gonna angle grind and clean this surface up here, I think, and just grease this plunger up, maybe a little bit of WD-40 in there, and then we'll put it back on. And hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm not going to film the refitting of the starter motor, but as you can see, you've got plenty of room to do it. You don't have to go underneath and jack the car up and whatnot. You can do it from here. You can do it from the top quite easily. And if you wanted, you could inspect everything else there. I think this is the vacuum pump. So thanks for watching. I hope that helps you. See you again. Okay, I'm ready to reinstall the starter motor. So another thing I need to mention is that if you're getting a one-click scenario, that could indicate a loose wire, bad ground perhaps, so make sure these wires are all nice and tight. Or another problem that I had when I put this starter motor back on, I had a nothing condition. It just did absolutely nothing, no click, no sound whatsoever, and I found out it was the actual starter motor fuse, and the fuse box had blown, so I replaced that and everything was all hunky-dory. So anyway, if you do have a one-click situation and everything's nice and tight, you check the fuse and everything, then most likely your starter motor is done. The original one I did try and take off and clean and so on, but it didn't work, so I had to get a replacement. So anyway, this is all greased up now. It's nice and loose and everything, so this should work swimmingly now. So another thing I will mention is that if your starter motor only rotates in one direction, and it doesn't rotate the other way. If yours does, then you need a replacement. That's knackered and done. Okay, I'm not going to film the reinstallation. Reinstallation is basically the reversal of removal, and as you can see, if you look under there, the way I've done it is a lot better. It took me half an hour to get it out. Just perch your pipes up, you've got plenty of space to slide that in, and then put your bolts in, and that's it really. Make sure everything's nice and tight, fire it up, and job done. Why am I pointing here? Don't know why I'm pointing there when it's there. As you can see, the flywheel there is there sticking out. I might give that a check as well actually, but I already know that the flywheel will need replacing at some point. It is rattling, so that's possibly a future video to come. That's going to be the biggest job I've ever done on this car if I decide to go down that route. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to clean this area up and reinstall it. So I hope that's helpful for anyone out there. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again on Eats and Jeans. Changed my mind. I'm going to film the reinstallation of the starter. I'm just going to bolt the starter in itself, and then I'm sure you guys can follow the rest. It's really simple. Just take it slow and you'll be fine. So here we go. Oops. Lots of space, look at that. There we go. I'm just going to make sure the bolts line up. There's like little nibs where the bolts go, which is like a locator. There's one. And then the other locator should be there. And there we have it. So there we have it, it's back in place, and then basically just put your bolts back in. Most likely you have to wind them in by hand first, and then you should be able to tighten them up, and then obviously plug all your wires back in. Job done, enjoy. Goodbye.